I start the group, I begin to check in the circle like we have it now. And in the check-in, I'll either give a sentence them or I'll allow them to share their poetry from the previous week. So for us today, what I want to do is we're going to do a sentence them, and it's going to be Black Lives Matter. Because what the sentence them is an opportunity for everyone in the group to share their voice, opportunity for everybody to participate, an opportunity to kind of hit the agenda. So the agenda today is going to be around the theme of Black Lives Matter. So I just want to end the group. And in the circle, we want to create a circle, so we want to kind of make it the whole united circle form. So if you all don't mind turning your chairs a little bit. All right. So in the introduction to the group, what we do is sometimes I'll ask for the first group, you know, what is some anxiety that you may be having about being in this group? What are some things that what are some of your fears about maybe participating in the group or joining the group? Or I may ask, you know, why did you join? What was your interest in? So I'm going to skip that today. And I just want to ask you to just say Black Lives Matter because, and then just fill that in. And say your name. Yeah.
My name is Collier. I believe Black Lives Matter because Black lives are just as important as all lives. But Black lives specifically because it's what you see in the news recently with Trayvon Martin, Eric Garner, and now recently Petrie. I think sadly some African Americans, especially young African Americans, have gotten the mindset that when we're killed, that it doesn't matter. It's not just that, but then you look at our urban areas where black people know black people. There's this big perception that our lives just don't matter. But our lives matter because we come from kings and queens. Specifically, our lives matter because we come from nothing in this particular country. We came here as slaves, and now we leave here as presidents and leaders of the nation. Black lives matter because as a unit, as together as a community, there's anybody on earth who's strong. So those are just a few reasons that Black lives matter because, in theory, because our lives are just as important as us. Nobody deserves to get their lives taken for any reason. So every man's like, never one is like.
Black Lives Matter is all of us. Doesn't matter what your name. Black Lives Matter is all of us. It doesn't matter if it's a young life, it's a long life, life is self-expression. I see how black people live through their lives. Winfield, where it's about these lives, it's about less lives. Really cool, it's not right. You know, so the whole last nothing. Somebody's coming up to you and he says it's a good truth. You got it, but you got it.
Carl Benz, Black Lives Matter, because I'm black, number one. But I think it's also important that our people have a sense of self-worth. And I love my life, and I think it's important that we're able, as a community, we're able to communicate that message that you have to find something in your life to love, and that sort of makes life worthwhile and matter, so to speak.
Jamal, Black Lives Matter because I'm black, my mother is black, my grandmother, father, they're all black, and each one of them have had adversities and hardships here in the United States that they've overcome, and I believe that that's one thing about us that separates us from other races, our ability to overcome adverse challenges and become something great. Because there's a lot of people in this country that have made things like made different inventions and stuff that are black. They had challenges. Like Frederick Douglass, they had challenges ahead of them, but they didn't let the obstacles get in the way of that. They overcame those obstacles and built something great and laid a foundation for us. So I believe that we have this special ability to overcome anything, and we have a special ability to basically create anything. A lot of genres of music. That people listen to now, we created. So I believe that we are very good at overcoming adversity and coming out the top.
Gerald Fraser, here to co-facilitate. I say Black Lives Matter because of just about everything that you all said here. I think plan didn't have black people, we'd be way out of balance. You know, we did create a lot of music, a lot of architecture, a lot of art. You know, I think that, you know, we are a integral part to the universe.
I think Black Lives Matter to me because, like we all say, we're all black, but also because, you know, we have a sense of humanity about us. That slavery had almost erased. You know, we had the 3/5 of the man principle, and we mattered before in the terms of providing free labor to this country, providing labor in general, and you know, now we're being, you know, like because of good athletic, you know, athletes, or you may be good singers and dancers, but I think Black Lives Matter beyond that, and that humanity piece I think is missing. I think that's what the movement brings to the table, is that, you know, we need to be treated with respect by police officers, law enforcement community, whether, you know, if we do get shot by a police officer, call the ambulance and treat that person and not wait a few hours, you know, and not get the treatment that someone else of a different ethnicity, different race would get. So that's what Black Lives Matter need in terms of just humanity, just that basic human principle that everybody should be treated with that respect. So that was a sinister. You see how effective it could be, because you really get an idea, hear everyone's opinions, and hear some great things come out of that. So that what I would do next in the geek is I would do a reading, and sometimes we have readings, sometimes we don't. Typically the readings are good for the first maybe 4 or 5 groups. There may be some tentativeness and sharing, and the readings typically come from someone who may be published, or someone who may be just a good point or good writing that you feel like would be something good to share during the session. So this is actually a piece that was written by one of the offenders in the group that I did. So does anyone want to read? Just read it to the group. Any volunteers? Okay, go ahead. Right here, it says victims.
Oh, so this section?
Yeah.
Okay. Victim of police, walking home with my skills and Arizona iced tea. What makes me look suspicious is my skin and body. My hands are up. Please don't shoot me. I never stood a chance. Please, officer, I'm not resisting arrest. I can't breathe. You're choking me. Wait, officer. It's just a toy. I never stood a chance. Please stop being rude, Mr. Policeman. I'm on my knees, hands behind my head. I was about to, is that also?
You did.
I was about to get married. I never stood a chance. I'm Trayvon Martin. I'm Mike Brown. I'm Eric Gardner. I'm Tamir Rice. I'm Rodney King. I'm Sean Bell. An endangered species. What did I do to deserve this? I'm a victim. Nonsense.
So this is a piece that he wrote in, and actually this session, I came in, we're going to be talking about something dealing with imagery and poetry. But this is right after the Tamir Rice incident happened. Then we had Trayvon Martin, Eric. It just had so many things, and one of the guys in the group was like, you know, this is just something that came up. So I was like, you know, we talked about it maybe 10 minutes. I said, hey, just write, you know, just write about it, process it. Because I feel like with writing, you're able to, you know, you have all these ideas floating, but you can kind of concentrate them, make them more concrete when you put them down on paper. So this is something that he wrote. I gave him about 5 minutes, 10 minutes to write this, and he came up with it. And I thought it was an awesome piece because at the end of the line got me, I'm a victim, not a suspect. And how many times do you see that? And you know, there's studies now where they're saying 13-year-old boys, black boys, are perceived by police officers and by, you know, whites as being men. And that's a part of their humanity. You know, even kids can't have their innocence that other kids. Black boys can't have the same innocence that's given to other kids because we're being perceived as men. And instead of being perceived as, you know, victims, oftentimes we're being perceived as suspects. So that line really touched me. And usually after a reading, just give people who want to share opportunity to maybe share something that touched them by the piece, or things that they just want to maybe touch in general. Just any feedback. So any like initial impressions or anything?
he obviously has a strong feeling towards it, like passion. And it just makes you think about all those instances and just what they really meant. And how they could have been solved differently and how they could have been a different result. In all cases, they truly were victims and not suspects. You know, the case of maybe a McGuire, somebody else might be suspect for something else, but the crime that was committed towards them. So, I completely agree with those.
I think that the fact that he repeats, I never stood a chance about 3 times, really had like a tone of despair about it. Like every time it's a situation, I never stood a chance. So it's almost like there's a feeling of giving up throughout the whole poem, just because it's almost like there's no solution. And that's what it feels like to me, that they're struggling for a solution in this piece.
I never even looked. When I read that, this first time I heard that, that's awesome. That's an awesome perspective. And I've read this poem several times. I never even caught that feeling of despair. But it does feel like that. And then the humanity. When I was about to get married, I never stood a chance. I never even stood a chance to get married and have some opportunity that some people, get an endangered species. How many of you all feel like black men are an endangered species?
Yeah, that's growing up. That's what I was always taught. You're an endangered species. Like, you make it to this age, you beat a statistic. You make it to this other age, you beat another statistic. And, I mean, it's sad, but it's almost like I guess my biggest issue with this is I'm a victim, not a suspect. Because I feel like sometimes we adopt that victimization mentality a little too much, and it starts to be like, well, I'm not going to try because it's never going to work, instead of trying to overcome those obstacles. I mean, I know it's easier said than done coming from different areas, but I was always taught, you're an endangered species, you have to do twice as good to get just, half of what they have. And you adopt that mentality at a younger age, you start seeing that, all right, this is reality, so I need to make sure I can get to a point where I can start changing reality.
My grandparents, they come from Guyana, and they came to the United States about 40 years ago. So they always told me that I shouldn't blame anybody else for my failures or anything wrong that I do in my life. I should always own up to my responsibilities, and I should always make up for my mistakes. And I talked to my grandfather about how a lot of black people, they always blame the white man for doing something. And my grandfather said, not everything has to do with the white person. Maybe it's the fact that they don't own up to their responsibilities, and the fact that they keep playing the victim role. And he needs to kind of break out of that mentality and do something worthwhile in that way. Now, I mean, that's not to say that there is some injustice in this country, and I do see it, but we can't let that injustice basically, consume us and make us say, oh, well, we're always going to be victims. We can't do anything. We have to rise above that because, like Ella said, we come from kings and queens. They're very powerful, so we still have that influence. We just need to look inside ourselves and grab that influence back.
I think my biggest problem with every situation is, like I saw it one day, and when John Sort was talking about, he was arguing with somebody, he was saying that, how hard it is to be a black man in America, it's hard for you to get a job, it's hard for you to do this, that, and third. And I think it's a slippery slope, because there's some people who are like, yeah, now you see what I'm talking about, but I think also there's some younger people who may see that and say, yeah, it is hard for us, and then just give up. Or they'll say, yeah, it is hard for us. Be like, well then why should I respect any white person? Like, they have it easy, they have everything. This kind of goes back to what Carl was saying. I just think when you're younger, it is like that. I heard that when I was in high school all the time. My biggest problem, I've said this a billion times, I went to high school and didn't care about this. Went to high school where it was like, as long as we get these black people to a 2.5, we can, as long as we get Jake, Tom, and Jimmy all to Harvard and everybody else, and we keep these black people and just at the minimum wage, we good. But when I went to my second high school, like, no, we're going to get you to get college. We're going to get you to get better. So I just think when you're younger and I see these images and things like this, it scares me because it's like, I feel like with the media victimizing black people, they're giving them another reason to get back. They're giving them another reason to say, well, you're right, because they're just going to shoot me in the street anyway. Why should I care about this? Why should I care about trying to be good in the streets? Why should I care about stop gangbanging? So it's like a slippery slope to me. I think the message should be like, yes, this is messed up, and yes, for us, meaning the people who made it to a certain extent, it's our job to push the agenda. But for the younger generation, your job is to see this and be like, I'm not going to do that. And you're going to fight that. And if you're going to be a lawyer, you're going to be the greatest lawyer possible. You want to be a doctor, you're going to be the greatest doctor possible. You're going to be a social worker. Whatever factor it is, you're just going to be the greatest black person you can be in that situation.